Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanMuscle.com. Today I'm bringing you a quick overview of the NGK G-Power Platinum Performance Spark Plugs, which are available for all 93-01 Cobras, 96-04 GTs and Mach 1 models, as well as the 98-04 V6s. The NGK G-Power Platinum Performance Spark Plugs you see here today will be for any 93-04 Mustang owner who might be looking to swap out their factory plugs that may be old, worn out, and misfiring for a set of upgraded performance options from NGK. These will give you an overall quicker start, lower emissions, improved fuel economy, and also reduces the required voltage. This is going to be for the guys with stock or mildly modified Mustangs, of course, since it does have a heat range of a normal 5. Obviously, spark plugs are crucial in keeping your lightly modified or stock pushrod or mod motor running smoothly and efficiently. Now, obviously, NGK has been making spark plugs for years, and these are going to be a performance upgrade with a better material. Now, if you're looking at a bad set of spark plugs in your motor, you could experience a number of symptoms. Symptoms such as a rough idle, a rough start even, bad fuel mileage, things of that nature. The list goes on and on. This is definitely a good upgrade to improve everything I just mentioned, giving you a better fuel efficiency, better throttle response even, with a smoother and quicker start. When you're shopping around for plugs, you want to make sure you're taking note of what the heat range is, because that'll determine which plugs go with your particular setup. For example, NGK's heat range goes from a 2 to an 11, but you want to take note because this particular manufacturer actually goes a little bit more backwards than some of the other brands. What I mean by that is typically a heat range number that's higher would mean it's a hotter plug. With NGK, it's actually the complete opposite. The higher the number, the colder the plug. Now, the reason you'd want a colder plug is for a forced induction setup or something of a higher horsepower motor. Now, in this particular case, you're looking at a heat range of 5, which is extremely normal, which means, again, just to reiterate, this is for the lightly modified or bone stock motor. As far as materials and construction goes, this was manufactured from NGK with a copper core to give it superior conductivity and a platinum tip for a clean burn that also reduces the amount of voltage required to make the engine run at full power. The G-Power options were also manufactured with a Tivolent metal plating to make sure that it also has anti-seizing capabilities as well as anti-corrosion. As far as pricing is concerned, these will come in around the $30 mark, which, believe it or not, is actually less than a Ford OEM replacement you'd get at, say, a Pep Boys. With that said, I did use these exact plugs in my 95 Cobra, which was naturally aspirated and slightly built, and they started up fantastically and had a great idle. I never had any complaints, so if that's similar to your setup or if you've got a stock motor, I definitely recommend these plugs. Now, obviously, as far as installation goes, changing some spark plugs are extremely straightforward. You want to have a ratchet and socket set on deck and a few extensions of different sizes, as well as a spark plug grabber socket, just to make sure you don't drop this down to the engine bay, which can be a huge headache. With that said, you might also want some anti-seizing grease if you want to use those as well, but the materials here do prevent some of that. But if you want to make it extra secure, that's up to you. Overall, it shouldn't take you longer than about 2 hours from start to finish to swap these out, and I definitely give it a 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Just to wrap this one up here, if you're the owner of a 93-04 Mustang, whether it's a GT, Mach 1, or V6, given the respective years, you definitely want to check out the NGK G-Power Platinum Performance Spark Plugs, which you can find right here at AmericanMuscle.com.